going on, guys? Welcome to the pilot episode of We Have a Cleric, run by Eyes of the Beholder. Let's just go around the table right now. I am Coleman.
I don't know who that is. Say it right.
What's
or
a
don't
Coleman?
say it right or don't say it at all. Damn it.
Sweet Johnson.
There it is.
Next to me we have...
Hi, guys. Hi.
I mean, you're really just talking to us at this point. You don't have to.
Porter. Hi.
Hi, Porter.
You guys can't see me, but I'm waving.
It's yeah.
It's just as awkward as it
It
sounds.
really is. It really is.
They have events for that, man.
I mean, if y'all are here at this point,
I'm
and nice. If y'all are here and listening to this, you know who I am. I'm Craig, and to my left here, I almost said right, but that would be incorrect. I had to look at my ring to.
Oh gosh, have you?
No, I was just
We're
kidding.
rubbing
I
up
wasn't
on you?
kidding. I was making a joke at your expense.
Well, thank you.
No problem.
I'm Amber. I'm here also.
What's an amber?
What's an Amber? What the hell are you?
We Have a Cleric is a podcast we started doing.
Today.
Today.
This is hence the name pilot episode.
We're four people of Jewish descent.
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Oh my God, you lied to me.
Listen.
I
Just,
got cut for nothing. What?
I mean,
Well,
Just to fit in.
I can't return this Yamka now.
I don't know how to tell you this, but Amber's circumcision didn't take.
Or maybe it took a little too well.
Maybe. Listen,
maybe.
he doesn't go by that name anymore. He's Amber now.
Andrew became Amber.
Yeah.
This is so offensive.
I know.
Not
What?
to me.
I've told you to call me
world.
Craig.
I don't even care, man. It's
Yeah, we're a podcast that
yeah, we're
about D&D.
Podcast.
Hey, podcast.
Hey, welcome to your podcast.
What? What the fuck are you talking about?
That's what you sounded like just now.
I'm old Prospector Joe.
I took the children.
I took the children.
Yeah, there it
They're
is.
all dead.
We can put if you're listening to this on YouTube, there'll be a card somewhere here about the horrible Christmas special D&D.
It was an amazing
It was,
Christmas.
It was
a good one.
super
I
good.
enjoyed
It was so great.
I had fun DMing.
Which brings us to our first topic, I guess, as we're finally getting around to it. Segways?
I hope Paul Blart has some fun on that segue.
Oh my God! You and the yelling at the
You
microphone.
know how like they usually tell you wear headphones, blah blah blah. Like ours needs to say do not wear headphones.
Yeah.
Have y'all listened to our what was it? The newest
Phoenix, right?
Phoenix Wright?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like and it sounds terrible.
Oh, that's just the intro we did where we're
I
being
know.
Maine. It's
It is
great.
terrible.
It's so good.
John went in there and
awful.
put subtitles.
Yeah, he
for y'all.
subtitled it. It's great. Yeah, it's awesome.
See, I was
It's
just
hilarious.
listening to it.
It's
Oh
so.
my
You
God.
should watch it. John puts a lot of jokes in it.
Yeah, he does. Seal
But
Samurai.
it makes fun of y'all the whole time. It's so great.
There's one point where the Seal Samurai showed up, I think in our Dark Souls game, just for a second. You're like, oh my God, what is that? And like this little flash of like the little seal holding the sword pops up.
Nice.
It's pretty great.
Okay.
Anyways, segueing into our first
Podcast.
podcast topics, I think we talked about why we started playing D&D in the first place. Like what brought everyone to this game, and I guess eventually to this group.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, our origin story.
Yeah. This is an origin story.
Oh my God, except in the end, we're all depressed and not superheroes.
I mean, I'm not
This is
depressed. I'm
I
not
think
depressed
2 out of 4
anymore.
is depressed.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm playing the odds here.
I mean, Johnson's clearly depressed. Have you
I just downed a bottle of wine in like 10 minutes.
while taking a
While
shit.
taking a shit. And took pictures.
Yeah,
And shared
yeah.
it to the group.
I won't post those.
Join us on
From-
Patreon.
Hey,
If-
Patreon.
Patreon. If you want to see those
know what?
photos,
Just send money to Amber. I'll hook you up.
that's true.
All the times I've taken a picture while shitting. And
You know what?
drinking wine.
Just
Surprisingly
I
amount.
bet there's a market for that. I could be sitting on a gold mine.
Is
So-
that somebody's kink?
you know what? If
There's
you
a
want
kink for
to,
everything.
just tweet at us. We have Twitter, and say hashtag show us your Johnson, and we will send you some pictures.
Oh, no.
Yes.
That'll get so bad.
Hashtag show us your Johnson. Get that trending. Somebody.
I don't want to do that. No.
Yeah.
Just tweet at us.
Tell you what,
Show us your Johnson.
John's in charge of that.
Well, I mean, he is the one who runs the Twitter.
Yeah.
The tweeter.
The tweeter. I used to, and I passed that off because
Yeah.
I got tired of doing it.
So tired of clicking.
I'm tired of clicking.
It's a grind, man. So, who wants to start off with why they started playing D&D?
I think either you or you should, because y'all been
Yeah,
playing the longest.
That's true.
Who got
Johnson's
into
been
it
playing longer than
first?
me.
Yeah.
You were in the group before me.
Your
Oh, shit,
grandparents
that's
would be
right.
You're the
so
original
ashamed.
member. You and Will. Will is not here right now.
D&D is
Devil's
the devil.
work.
Yeah. Go ahead, Johnson.
That's right.
Regale us with that.
So my first group, or why I started.
Yeah.
You ever heard of Rooster Teeth?
Yes.
I'm moderately aware of them, yeah.
Yeah. They had a D&D show.
Really? That is your first experience with D&D
Yeah.
was Rooster Teeth's D&D.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And that's why I wanted to start. And I think I posted on Facebook, like the role-playing thing.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, looking for a group. I'm not a DM. Yeah.
I like long walks on the beach.
What
Holding hands by moonlight.
I mean, I watched some of that
Pina coladas.
campaign. What about what?
Getting
Like,
caught in
why?
the rain.
Why D&D? Like, what was it about you liked? Like, what drew you to it?
I have no idea.
Really?
Yeah. Don't
Just a
know
bunch
why
of
I
people
do
sitting
it.
around.
Now I do it because, y'all are my friends and it's
Yeah.
fun.
I mean, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty.
Yeah, that's,
I mean,
yeah.
you know.
But before,
yeah.
To get
I was
away
just-
from somebody.
I didn't have anybody at that
I
point.
know, I said now.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
It's okay. Sweet Johnson has had his name and address and email changed, and she will never find him again.
I've changed it about 3 times now.
She
Keeps
keeps
finding
showing
me.
up. Try to get rid of
I don't know why she wants me. There's nothing here to want.
I keep showing her my elbows. She just wants me more.
Oh my God, it makes so much sense.
Sorry. Anyways.
Pillsbury.
Oh no.
Oh.
There's so much about that I didn't like. seeing.
So good this is not on
The
camera.
movements in the wave.
I feel a little
Things in there that
nauseous.
shouldn't be moving. that much.
The sound with
Uh.
the yeastiness. It was a lot to take in.
Okay.
I'm glad that wasn't on there.
It's eczema. But
Yeah.
okay.
Sure. Okay. well,
Craig.
cool.
Craig, why did you
Yeah,
get
Craig.
into D&D?
Okay, so I think a lot of people probably came to D&D through Critical Role. Like, or there's here lately, anyone who's a new player, Critical Role's been a huge influence and brought a lot of people in.
Yeah.
And I was not one of those.
That's nice.
It was my first experience was through Takahata 101, who is the voice of Nappa in Dragon Ball Z Abridged. He started doing basically a Roll20 game with him, his sister, Gaijin Goomba, who worked with Matt Pat over at Game Theory, and then Connor, who does some like voice acting stuff and does music and stuff for Team 4 Star. They did a little bitty campaign, and Chris Zito, who's like the artist for Team 4 Star. So they're all Team 4 Star affiliated. I love Dragon Ball Z. I watched all of that. Anyways, I was like, what is this? I thought I'd just check it out, and I listened to it. I was like, man, this is really, like, they were funny, and they were a lot of fun, and his sister Monty, the world she built, I was like, man, that's really cool the way she did this. And I was like, that'd be so much fun just to sit around with a bunch of people and play a game and basically play pretend with your friends and make each other laugh, have a good time. And so I was like, that's really awesome. So I just kind of started looking into it a little bit. And originally I have some friends that live kind of all over the country. I have some that live in like Virginia, Chicago, Arkansas. And I reached out to them. I was going to try to put together a game for them. One was in Chicago, but
We're the leftovers.
well,
C team. Oh, we're second string.
yeah, y'all are the other B team. No,
Third string.
We're that far down.
Yeah.
But
We're here.
they aren't really into it. It wasn't something they were all really into. There's only like one of them that ever played, and the others, I mean, they would have
Was it
done.
Paul? Who was it?
Is Preston.
Really?
Yeah, Preston
Paul's
was.
never played?
I
find that's probably.
And so,
Is that one really fucking nerdy?
huh?
Is that one really nerdy?
No, Palm was super fucking cool. Palm's probably one of the coolest dudes I know. Like,
But he's like really into.
like everything nerd geek culture, like
Mm.
he is into.
Okay.
But he is like probably one of the coolest dudes I've ever met. I love Palm. I love Preston. I love all those guys. Anyways, they're all really great guys. We all met playing Xbox Live, and so well, not all of us, but anyways,
That's
I
another.
digress.
That's another.
That's a
thing,
whole nother
right?
story.
We only have like an
Different
hour.
topic.
different topic. But anyways, they
Shut up, Craig's talking.
Preston was the only one that had played, and
Be
so
the name of the podcast.
shut the fuck up, Craig's talking. I like it a lot. Fuck all y'all. I'm gonna keep going. Preston was the only one that had ever played. It was going to be a nightmare logistically to try to set it up, and so I also went to the local gaming shop here.
Shoot. Sorry.
back in the-
Every
I
time.
can't help it.
Every time. Doesn't matter when
Every time.
when the camera's on, a microphone on, you can guarantee Amber's phone's going off.
Craig.
Every time.
just so we're clear, back in the late '80s, there was no Roll20, right?
You would be correct in that assumption. I don't know what that has to do with
Hey,
this.
the joke is Craig's old.
It is, because he is. Anyway, continue on.
In the late 80s, I'd have been like 5 or 6 years old. Yes, you're correct. Good job.
He's got yeasty elbows.
He does have yeasty elbows.
Let me have this, Craig.
have it.
It's fine. Listen, man, just drink some more wine for your hump.
Got you good, fucker.
Damn, it's getting shady in here. Okay.
Anyways, who's next?
Oh, I got that checked out. It's just
Hey, you didn't finish your story.
I got cut off. I don't remember where I was.
Oh,
Your friends didn't work out.
Oh, yeah, friends didn't work out. And it was a logistics
have to-
nightmare. So I went to the local game place, and then I ended up not liking that and went to a Facebook post where I met Sweet Johnson and Will
yeah.
and a couple other players that we played with.
Yeah.
Nice. Hell yeah. Well, I was actually the last
No.
Yeah,
to
he
play
was.
D&D.
Well,
out of
but you're the
this.
next interaction with D&D, technically.
She was already playing
was
with
there
you
first.
guys.
You showed up at the house.
I just showed up, but I didn't
we
do
hung
anything.
out for like.
Yeah,
A
he like
little
came.
bit
He like
before
came over
that.
and sat over creepily on the couch and like watched us play.
Yeah. It's something I did.
I like to watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what?
I like, you know.
Alright, go
do
ahead.
y'all remember that fucking apartment?
Yeah, so
Yes.
tiny.
Jesus.
All right, Amber, go.
3 guys, 1 girl. I like to watch. You know.
It was 3 guys and 1 girl.
Yeah.
That is true.
Oh, it was
That
2.
seems to be a theme.
Will, me, you, Will,
Logan.
Allie.
Where's Logan at?
I think Logan was there. I don't think Will was there.
If never mind.
Yep. So 5, 4 guys and 1 girl.
Say.
Ooh.
4 guys, 1 girl.
All right.
Yeah.
This is just getting steamier.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. Well, Amber, go then, since you were technically the next one who played.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Wait, Amber's here?
We have a cleric?
Hey! Everyone take a shot.
Mazel tov.
Okay.
Wait, can I?
All right.
Because we're all Jewish, apparently.
All
I
right.
already Can I
told
take
you
a
I
shot?
can't return this Yonka.
If you want to
All
drink that
in.
disgusting stuff over there, you can shoot it up.
Which one? There's 151 rum.
There's a lot of disgusting stuff.
You know
in
what?
this
Give me
place.
that.
And it's all kosher.
I don't know about that.
It's kosher.
You gotta work tomorrow.
You do have to work tomorrow.
That's all we heard about.
That is true. So we had to start this thing at 8:30 when you weren't here. Go ahead, Amber.
So Craig was going to you're going to that thing, to the Facebook meeting thing,
Oh, yeah.
and he was telling me about all of y'all, which is funny because what I had in my head is hilarious compared to what.
Oh, what did
Oh,
you have? in
please
your
elaborate. 'Cause
head?
I need to know
Oh.
what you had in your head from what I told you.
That's
No.
No.
that's it for another day.
No, please.
Now is the day.
Now is the day.
This
for
is a
another-
segue we need to take, I feel
Anyway.
like.
So Craig kept trying to get me to go, and I was like, I don't want to go. And because my brothers had been playing, it wasn't D&D, but it was another role-playing game that sounded awful. So-
Is it Rollmaster?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, it still sounds awful.
And I didn't want to get that involved into it. So anyways, Chris was like, you gotta come. So I came to it, and it was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember a whole lot about it. Because I think you got me drunk that night.
Probably.
Because you made me a drink, and like half of it was liquor.
Yeah,
And I
sounds
was-
like
Yeah.
Sounds right.
But I know I had a lot of fun that night. And anyways, I kept doing it because I don't know, I enjoy it, and it's fun.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Because that was back when we were at my apartment that was maybe 300 square foot.
Maybe.
Maybe.
That's pushing
And
it,
that's
yeah.
with a bedroom, a bathroom, a kitchen, and
it
a
was
living room.
The whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
It was like a studio apartment if the studio was like
Had a wall.
Little Shop
Had
of
one wall.
Horrors.
Like, it was like a cubicle, but it had a
Yeah.
roof.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, it worked for me because,
You were you.
I don't use much space. I
Other-
take up a lot of space. I don't use a lot of space. When I get to that space, usually there
You just
for
occupy
a while.
it, yeah. You occupy that space.
Like a hermit crab.
So I bought a. I bought a.
I just had this vision of Coleman like backing into his tiny apartment, like his head and arms just like sticking out. Just like,
out the window.
Yeah. Hey guys, let's play some D&D.
So,
Welcome to my home.
so I bought a 6-foot table, like a folding table,
Yep.
and that took up the whole
wall to
area.
wall. Went wall to wall in the living room. We had to
Pretty
sit
much.
on each side of it because you couldn't sit at the end of it.
God, that was. Oh.
Oh man.
So, first experiences. Like, because we've kind of talked about why we played and kind of how we all got together, but you played in a group before that one.
Yeah.
Didn't you?
Don't want to talk about
Porter,
it.
oh yeah, Porter.
All you did was talk about he was a creepy in the corner.
That's
That's
true.
not really true. I mean, that's true, but that's
I mean,
not.
it's.
Was true.
Is it?
It was, he came to our house and it was creepy. That's how
Yeah.
it really happened.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, why did I start? Where did I start?
I told you to.
Sweet Johnson here. I was working with Sweet Johnson. We used to work together.
Still do technically. Same
yeah.
place.
Same
He's
same
better than
locale,
you
different
now, though.
departments
He-
now.
He has college education.
Now I got the knowledge.
Right.
So, I don't know. I think you were just telling me about it. Sounded like a good deal
We're
one
both-
night. I definitely didn't have the self-esteem and the confidence to go and, act out in front of other people and, play pretend. I didn't feel like I could. So that's why the first time Craig's right, I just kind of sulked on the
I was just
couch.
giving you shit, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, hey, call it like you see it, my man.
Which is crazy because you were easily the second most handsome person there. Will being the first, of course.
He wasn't
Well-
there.
He was at my house.
True.
We'll just take this.
Johnson's elbows, though. But yeah, so I was able to kind of watch it, and I saw how much fun everybody was having. It seemed like a good way to escape. People who have, stresses or problems or, something like that. it seemed like a good healthy means to handle those issues. You know.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at where you started with that first character or the first really long-standing character that you had to where you're at now with Dalen,
Yeah.
dude, that amount of growth in that is insane.
Yeah, no, Connor was so awkward. He was basically me. So, you know.
Yeah,
That,
well, I mean,
that
I
tells
think a
you
lot
guys
of,
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be like drunk to talk anymore. So that
Yeah.
helps.
I mean, I usually am, though. But that's more of a want.
That's just
at
a
this
personal
point.
growth.
It's just a need. But yeah. So that's why I started. A little escape, have a little bit of fun, and be able to loosen up. And I found a lot of good friends along the way.
Hell yeah. So now my segue that I made of, we've all had some really great things.
Mm-hmm.
But you played in a group before our first group together.
Yeah.
How was your first experience playing D&D?
It
Talk about the chair guy.
was okay.
I don't know, he always brings up the chair guy.
Okay, so
Was he made of chair? Was he stuck in the chair?
it might have been.
Because that's
Were you the
that's
chair
a
guy?
disability.
Okay, so
they can't walk, Johnson.
I went to a guy.
Just tell the whole
Did
experience.
the chair have wheels?
Did he use a ramp?
Because you are a
'Cause-
shitty person.
Wow,
yes.
dude.
No,
Did you
I worked
think
with
he
a
was
guy,
gonna get up?
or still do, who is into D&D. Has been for about 30 years, at least.
That's what I call the golden agers.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
We're
Back when
pioneers.
Dragonborns were evil, type of shit.
Mm.
It's a big rant he always goes into. Like goblins are supposed to be evil, or
Right,
no, gnomes are supposed to be evil, and now they're a playable character and all that. Anyway, me and him went to the local game store, RPG. Put up a flyer and got some phone calls. So we met at his house. I brought 2 friends from work that had never done it before. So it was 3 of us and then 3 or 4
Random people.
random people.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds so good.
Who had clearly done it before.
Yeah.
One dude had at least 20 pages of backstory about his character that he had used before.
Okay.
So
Were y'all level 1s?
Yes.
I love that. That's great. It's
Yeah.
always good to have the 20 pages of backstory for your level 1 character.
Yeah.
I don't
Right?
have 20 pages back.
I wasn't talking.
the whole time.
I didn't. He did.
Just,
You don't make us read it.
no, it's
no,
for me.
No, I know. You
you're
don't make us read it. That's the good thing.
So that's why
He made y'all read it?
He didn't make
backstory,
us
my
read it. He
character should
passed
have
it
the
out.
vocal sword.
He
Oh.
passed it out?
Yeah.
Oh,
Did he
well,
make copies for everyone?
Yes.
I'll take notes and we'll do that next time.
I already like this guy.
What is the point of that? Why can't you let them experience your backstory organically?
Why are you looking at me?
I'm not!
No!
Because I'm tired of looking at his I can't look at you. You're my wife.
No, exactly. You shouldn't be looking. Nope.
For those of you who can't see, he's not looking pointedly. He's just glancing conversationally.
No, the conversation is not true.
Why not just let people experience it organically?
I feel like
guys?
I am being just conversationally
that sounds-
looking at her, and guilty consciousness to my left here is projecting on me. I'm just trying to have a conversation.
How many pages
I'll look
is your
easy
backstory?
Like 3.
That's not too bad.
It's not horrible.
I usually have a backstory about
That's true.
fifth session we go into.
Somewhere around
Sometimes.
5th level.
Yeah, maybe.
Sometimes. Or not.
Or not.
Or we write your backstory for you.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Those are always the best.
Yeah. Anyway, one guy did that. One guy, it felt like, because he had told us that he used to, like in middle school, he bullied kids who played D&D,
Yeah.
and it felt like he was still doing that.
So he comes to D&D to keep bullying kids.
Kind of.
I really got my
Like, he
rocks
wouldn't-
off in middle school by bullying kids in D&D, so now I do it as an adult.
He wouldn't let anybody
Yeah.
else talk. He was the barbarian who, like, you know, I'm gonna hit a motherfucker with another motherfucker type of shit, and like half the session was just math about like
Can you
how
pre-
much did a kobold weigh and how many he can carry on his belt at one time. It wasn't fun.
Doesn't
but,
sound fun, really.
Yeah.
A whole session of math? Not fun.
It was more math than just, hey, I hit this guy for this amount of points, which is fun. Or I make a persuasion check, which I'm hoping works with y'all. You know?
Okay.
All right.
What?
I think that was a nat one. Keep going.
Yeah, anyway.
Are you trying to fuck me right now?
Why does it always go to that?
Because it does.
Yeah.
You know what.
You missed out on Wednesday.
You know what you did.
Missed Wednesday's session.
Who the? That's why his elbows are so yeasty now.
Wilfred Brimley? Anyway, then there was this other guy, he played a rogue, who said nothing. He just expected you to know what the hand signals meant.
Oh, he communicated through hand signals only?
Yes!
Like military-style hand signals?
Kind of.
Oh
He
my.
made up his own.
But like his own?
Like, he half knew what military hand signals were.
Yeah.
Like, he saw it online one time.
That
Did
is
he
amazing.
pass out a hand signal manual?
No!
Oh,
No.
He should have.
Mm.
He totally should
What?
have.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. So you've had two very weirdly stereotypical kind of characters.
Yeah.
3. The one who passed out the
Yeah. The backstory.
backstory, he was like an elf wizard.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Well, he would have a very lengthy backstory. They live forever.
That is true, I guess.
God,
Apparently.
how dare you judge him?
Yeah.
I guess.
That was the one who brought his own orthopedic chair to another person's house.
Listen, comfort is very important when
Yeah.
you're playing a D&D game for
I mean, they're
4 to 6 hours
Hey,
sitting in one location.
I'm not gonna harp on a dude for lumbar support. Like, I'm all about that life.
Dude, if I had one of those massage chairs, I would carry that everywhere with me
Hey,
ever.
You know they make like backing that you can put on any chair.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
I mean like one of those
My
big ass ones like
grandparents
we
had that. That was awesome.
like the little jump place we went to. We were sitting in them all like
Oh
manly
yeah, those
style.
are great.
Yeah. I would
He'd
put one of
sweat
those.
all over those chairs.
Yeah. He was so
much.
sweaty. You were so sweaty. I would get one of those and put them on like one of those lists that you put a person's rascal on, and just carry that around
Dolly it
with like a
everywhere.
furniture dolly. So as it comes down, just put it in and just wheel my big ass chair and be like, "What's up, guys?" Oh my god, that's so good.
Still having to put dollars in the
Yeah.
entire time.
Don't care. I stole this from.
Oh,
I
you're
stole
talking
it.
like the ones at the mall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Same
what they're
one.
talking about.
Yeah, I would do
Jesus.
that in a heartbeat.
Bet.
See, my bed does that now.
I'd have drug that shit into your shitty little apartment.
Yeah, have y'all
No.
y'all probably haven't been on his bed.
No.
I have.
For some reason, he
really
has.
nice. I've
I
been
know.
on everybody's bed.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
You've been on ours.
Yeah.
You crawled in bed with me one day while I was sleeping.
Yeah, we had that business meeting.
You did.
Yeah.
Just spooning.
Yeah. You guys have really nice beds, by the way.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Both of you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I feel like I spend more time in my bed than I do like other places.
I never would have guessed that.
I would
Just looking at you, I would have been. I'm so surprised
Flabbergasted.
by that. That's astounded, even.
The weird talking rat you have that just laughs
Bamboozled.
all the time is.
Walking nipple pinchy. Oh.
All right. Well,
Oh my.
it kind of sounds like your first experience was
Awesome.
just
Just like Porter's first
the
experience.
best. Yeah. There was this
It's
rogue
a-
that never talked,
There was a barbarian that ran around just doing stupid shit.
hitting
It's a
motherfuckers with another motherfucker.
It's a wonder I kept playing.
It really I'm really surprised.
Oh my god.
Yeah. The
What
second
about,
one was better, but
What about you guys? What did you?
So my first experience, I also went to the gaming place here in town, and I played in one of their sponsored games.
oh no, never played one of their sponsored games.
Yeah, and so it was okay. There was a guy from high school that when I posted online that I was going to join this game or whatever. It was a dude from high school that I knew kind of like. We never really hung out in high school like at all, but all of a sudden he started like kind of Facebook stalking me to this thing and then showed up at it.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Was it coincidence or was it like I could tell?
What? Was it Johnson?
No. He like
I think that-
I don't
not
think
50.
I don't think that he realized.
I wasn't
I don't know
born
how
in
to-
the same year the Titanic sank. How dare you?
How do I put this? Like, I don't think he
18,
realized that I recognized him, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think he thought that I knew who he was. Like, I went to a moderately sized school or whatever, and, like, he and I never spoke or anything like that, really. But he added me on Facebook shortly after I joined the RPG group or whatever. And then started, like, following, like, all my posts. Like, he'd post also, oh, yeah, I'm going to play in that one. Like, as I found a game. And, like, he kind of followed me there.
So I got start Craig.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That makes sense.
No, hear me out.
It's a beautiful man.
Maybe, since from what I've heard, you were not a nerd in high school.
I
You
was
were
a-
a closet nerd.
I was a closet nerd
in high
yes.
school.
I was not the most popular of kids in high school, but I was also I was in the popular group, but not like, you know what I mean. I'm not like one of the ones like the figureheads.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Same as me. Yeah.
Obviously.
You weren't Brad. You were Kevin.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Chad.
Yeah. I was not Chad.
Chad.
I had a friend actually named Chad.
How did that work out?
Everybody thought he was my little brother, like because he looked like me. He was younger than me, but his name was Chad, and he looked like me kind of. And he wanted my ID whenever I graduated. I was like, sure, here you go. So I guess he used it to buy booze, probably.
Fun.
Good for him.
Good job,
Yeah.
Chad.
Yeah. Anyways, Chad, if you're out
Craig,
there, awesome.
Craig, did you, outside of, I don't know, can he come back and get
What's
you
the
for that?
statute of limitations on that?
don't know.
About 17 years.
I really don't care.
Since the Titanic.
I contributed to a
Just
non-minor
missed it
now.
by 15 years. Good job, buddy.
I did. Yeah.
Oh, but anyway.
So, anyways, yeah. So
So you were.
I was
You were
popular
a closeted
nerd. Yeah.
nerd.
Okay,
Yeah, I
what's
was-
the whole point of that?
I see where you're going.
Maybe this guy wanted to check on you, see if you were a poser.
Maybe. That's very possible.
Mm-hmm.
Just a thought.
Maybe. Or he thought maybe, hey, I knew this guy in high school and he was one of the popular kids. Maybe I'll go be friends with him now that he's a nerd.
See, here's the thing, though.
Mm.
The
Because I was not one of the
You-
dickhead popular kids, though.
yeah, but it doesn't matter.
I guess not. I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
My best friend was like a nerd. Like, not a known nerd. Like,
Was it like a y'all hang out at school type of best friend, or was
yeah,
it like
it's
a,
like you fuck with my best friend, I will kill you kind
fucking
of.
talking to me?
It's like you mess with my best friend and I will smash your face in kind of best friend. Like, to
Fuck
this-
you, nerd.
I'll see you after school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Well, actually, okay.
Dragon Ball Z.
I could do that to him, but if anybody else did that to him, I'd fucking kill him. Like, Billy was my boy. Still is my
Secretly,
boy.
behind the bleachers.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they knew because I
Playing Pokemon.
wouldn't let him leave without me. Like, usually, like, I would torment Billy. I don't know why. He's my best friend since we were third grade. Anyways, I went to this thing. We all get me on some tangents, man.
Oh.
It nearly killed me one time with this vehicle.
Craig's therapy.
So I had this dude who stalked me. I had one dude who from the time he showed up until the time he made the DM cry and our session ended 2 hours early, he spoke in a really obnoxious Scottish accent.
Okay, we're supposed to be talking about the other people, Craig, not you.
Yeah.
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 Well, I mean, and then there were a couple other people who I don't remember them saying hardly anything. And then there was this dude who was playing this creepy little gnome who was building a flesh golem who was awesome. I don't remember his name, but
Matt.
His
name was Matt.
I told you, I guess, about him.
Mm-hmm.
I would have invited him to play with us, and still would, Matt, if you're out there anywhere. I'd bring you to play with us because you were fucking cool.
Matt Mercer, if you're out there.
Oh my
please
god.
come back.
That's who it was. No. Anyways, he was super cool. Played this creepy little gnome. Him and my druid got along really well. And it was cool. It was a cool that part was cool. But yeah, so apparently the DM and this dude with the Scottish accent had a history, and they fought and bickered the entire time.
It just adds to the drama.
Until eventually he made her like start break down and crying in the middle of the game, and she like walked out, and then that was it. We played for like an hour and a half,
Oh my god.
and it was over. And that was my first experience to D&D, and I was like, strangely unsatisfying.
Weirdly enough.
Yeah.
Odd.
Who'd have thought?
Also, deodorant is a very good thing to wear if you're going to those gaming stores. I'm just going to throw that out there. Those are small, tiny rooms, and it's usually hot in there. Throw some deodorant on, man.
Of course, right now, don't go the fuck outside.
Well, yeah, but
Because, you know.
but if you do, wear some deodorant, bro. It was some BO.
Well,
Honestly, even if you're just home alone, feel free to throw some on there.
Just
Yeah,
get
I've
into
done
the
that on
habit.
accident.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It becomes a part of who you are.
because that's not a good stereotype for our community.
No, it is a very wide stereotype, though.
It's
Very
probably
well
not a
known.
stereotype, really. It's kind of a reality after what I've seen.
Mm.
Amber,
Me?
yeah, what's your
I'm
first?
here.
Yeah.
Hey, Amber.
Hey.
What's your
We have a
first?
cleric?
What's your first?
Every time
experience?
we're going to say that.
What's an amber?
It's some tree sap that's
It's hardened.
It's like
It's how you make dinosaurs.
It's like a precious.
It's a precious jewel.
Sped
That's what my
stone.
name means.
Sped no
Spared
expense.
no expense. Well, I've kind of already talked about it. I went to Coleman's little bitty apartment in the scary part of town, and
it's right across from a college. It wasn't that
Scary
sketchy.
college.
I don't. It's right across is a pretty much an exaggeration. It-
A few blocks down.
yeah, yeah, that's more like it.
Okay, so a rapist got caught like 2 blocks away. What do you want from me?
That's okay, because then the next place you moved, there was like a break-in with a murder, like
Yeah.
a one street over,
Probably a couple drive-bys that were never reported either.
probably.
snitches get stitches.
So, anyways, your first experience, what
Um,
was it like?
It was fun. I hung out with y'all. I met Coleman, and
Yeah, you did.
yeah. Will wasn't there that night. I didn't meet Will that night.
That's true.
Um,
Allie was there.
I met Allie and Logan.
Mhm.
And anyways, I had a lot of fun. My first character, which is sad,
Mhm.
I really don't remember the first character. Which, is it a horrible thing?
Was I playing?
Because I didn't know what
Thought
the
you
hell
were
I
the
was
warlock.
doing. I thought that was session number 2.
Mm.
But session number 2, I played an evil warlock, and I convinced Coleman's character to
Well, didn't we start off?
kill a bunch of people.
Wasn't it Gar first?
I don't know. We
Guard
started off
Warrior?
playing. What is that module? It was it Tomb of
Mine's a-
Annihilation?
Mine's of Phandalin.
No, the first one we started off.
No, it was mine.
Oh, the one I
Curse of
started off
Strahd?
with was Curse of Strahd.
No, hers.
But then
The first one
you-
she came in on.
I think it was a module.
It was. We were doing something like there's the curse and the wasting curse. Is that the Tomb of Annihilation?
Oh, was this supposed to be Tomb?
'Cause
It
I was-
did not. I
because
did not
I
recognize it
was-
as Tomb Annihilation.
Cade Good something or other? I was the gunslinging gnome.
I don't remember who I was.
I don't know, but you and me went and poisoned a bunch of water holes. And
And you were super into it after
Oh
that.
yeah, I was like a chaotic neutral.
no,
Mm.
no.
It started off like a really good character.
Because yeah, y'all did that, and then we
What's-
had to switch campaigns
Because
because
I broke the campaign.
you broke the campaign,
Mm,
and we had to switch.
And
I
then,
felt like that
Nice.
happened a lot.
It did, but you went off rails
uh-huh.
and caused too much trouble, and then it was like we couldn't play that one anymore, so we had to go somewhere else.
That's whatever. That was my first experience.
Dwarf blows up.
Mm-hmm.
My first experience was at y'all's house. Craig was DMing by then, or was it?
I was
Logan?
DMing, but we were splitting time.
Oh,
Yeah, we
okay.
were doing,
Because
like,
your
every
first
other
game, I remember your first game. You brought that Dragonborn
fighter, wasn't
Dragonborn monk.
it? Monk.
I literally Googled. I was like, what is the least played style character in 5e?
Druid
And-
Azamor.
Well,
Because Craig was playing the least.
oh my god, I got
Well,
it.
I-
Calm down, buddy. It's
Hey,
okay.
Porter.
Hey,
Weird
you won.
flex.
Hey.
Okay.
Weird flex, bro.
Shut the fuck up, Craig's playing.
Okay. No, it was a graphic. It's still up. It's been a couple years. But it was showing like on average the characters made.
Mhm.
Of course, human fighter was
Like the number one.
and then
Elven Ranger or Elven Rogue or something.
Drow rogue.
stuff like that. And
No,
one of the
halfling rogue.
very least used, but still seemingly playable for a first character, because I was not comfortable with spells at all, was a Dragonborn monk.
Monks are pretty cool. All of
Yeah.
them.
They are.
And,
Especially when they go like all out with them.
yeah. And
And I feel like I tried to play the Gunslinger again in that one. But I never got to play that
I
Gunslinger.
want to say you did.
Yeah.
That game only went for like a session or two.
I
Yeah.
remember it went on for a session or two, but they were like 6-hour sessions.
Yeah.
True.
Because I had work the next day. I was like, oh,
That's back when
God.
sessions would run to like 2 or 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we just could never end them. Like they would never end. They
No.
just kept going.
After.
People would be like packing their stuff up and like have
Still
it all packed
talking.
up and like still rolling dice though.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
everything we packed
Like
up, they're like,
everyone be
okay.
standing up trying to leave.
Exactly.
And oh my god, you open it up and there's Black Spider.
Black Spider.
He's evil.
Oh, I miss you, Will.
We miss you so much.
How do you know he's evil?
Yep, nope.
No,
Nope.
Huh?
okay,
That's
all right.
enough.
The key to an inside joke
Why?
comment is stopping
Right at that
at
point.
the line of where they don't understand what's going on.
Cusp.
Go to the cusp. Just the tip.
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
Or
It's,
for
you
you, it
know,
would be the whole thing.
It's all I've got since the circumcision.
Here, hold this. We've just had sex.
Oh god.
Oh.
Pretty sure
So,
you
yeah.
should not have gone down and had that back alley circumcision. I'm just saying.
Mm.
I just wanted to fit in. I thought y'all were.
But everyone was doing it.
Jason seemed like such a good guy. Yamako is totally authentic.
Yo, what's up, man? I'm here for the snip. Cool, bro.
They're not.
I'm just imagining like a big pair of those scissors from the
Those
ribbon
garden
cutting.
shears. Good lord. Okay.
All right, so yeah, that was my first experience. I mean, there wasn't much to say. It just I had fun, and it brought me on a long road of D&D with a bunch of good friends.
Well, you're kind of,
You were lucky.
yeah, like out of
Yeah.
You were lucky.
you got probably the best introduction out of the four of us for sure. I would say. I would hope.
I would assume so.
That kind of in transitioning into that other thing we were going to talk about, and I was like, what we don't like about D&D, or something that we don't like about necessarily our, I don't know, the D&D culture and all, or whatever.
Mhm.
Is there anything that you don't like or you hate about D&D?
Easty elbows.
Starting off with you, since you're been going last, we'll start off with you.
It's,
Put them on the spot, Craig.
I know, that's what you do. Script.
I don't personally. I don't dislike anything about D&D. I love it. I love the freedom, the ability to use whatever comes to mind to make whatever you want happen.
Yeah.
I love it. you can just have so many dreams come true in D&D that you never have in real life, like, you know, sleeping a full 8 hours or having friends, you know.
You wake up feeling well rested.
Yeah, you know. Just
never.
Mm.
Can't even roleplay. How are you gonna roleplay that? I don't know.
This is kind of a
You can't
hard.
roleplay what you don't know.
having intelligence.
This is a hard like subject, I guess, probably too, to really kind of address. But like,
Yeah.
for me, something that I hate about D&D, I'll go into it if y'all want.
Yeah.
I'll be the one.
Hey.
to- I'll lead off.
Yeah.
This is a hard one to talk about. So like, one for me, something that I hate about D&D, it has nothing to do with the game. It has a lot more to do with our community.
Mm-hmm.
Welcoming.
He's fucking calling you guys out.
This
It is not.
Shit.
It is
Oh,
not. Yeah,
shit.
it is not very welcoming.
Yeah,
it is
that's
not
what I was gonna
welcoming at
say.
all.
The,
Like,
the gatekeeping.
there's a lot of gatekeeping.
I wrote that in my notes.
I had-
Gatekeeping.
I had thought, yeah, but yeah.
And like, I mean, one of the things that comes to my mind just here recently, in fact, I don't know if you don't have your Facebook anymore, but on YouTube even they were showing it was Joe Manganiello. It was like just a mini little clip of him and all the people that come and play at his big basement like dungeon and like do the Dungeons and Dragons there.
I think I saw a picture of that. It was
Yeah,
just like
it's-
a big selfie table.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
super cool, and it's a lot of really cool people there that are playing D&D and that have been playing it for years.
Yeah.
But instantly, on a lot of Twitter and other things that I saw, people who are true D&D players, I'm putting air quotes out there, are like, oh man, what a bunch of meatheads. I bet there's a bunch of murder hobos, or, you know, I bet you that's a real interesting table with all those jocks up in there, and, you know, like just running them down without probably didn't watch anything about it, don't know anything about them, just judged them by the way they looked, and we're like, wow. One person's like, wow, great, a table full of a bunch of white dudes playing D&D, great, just what we need. And I'm like, man, it's people like you playing D&D, playing the game that you love, and just because they're famous doesn't mean they're any different than you. They're playing the same game that you love, and you're running them down instead of being like, man, that's awesome, look where our game reaches even to this point, you know, to the pinnacle of these people's success.
Yeah.
I
Just
think
'cause,
a
like,
lot of. Sorry.
Oh, go for it. Mine was a
Shut the
funny
fuck
thing.
up, Amber's talking.
Mine was a funny thing.
Go.
I think where some of this comes from, and I'm not saying that it's right, but like if you look back, you know, now it's much more mainstream. But back in the day, you know, in Craig's day,
Yeah, I
In
would,
the 70s,
that was
80s.
Satanic Panic,
yeah,
even
no.
in my day.
Yeah.
But no, that's not what I was talking about. But like, where it was really just done in your mom's basement, and it was very like you didn't tell people you played D&D, and there was this whole stereotype. A lot of times those were the outcasts. They went to D&D to escape the jocks or school or whatever it was at that time, and so that was their quote unquote safe space. And then now, more and more people are invading that, and so you know what I mean? It's a hard thing when, and I'm not saying it's right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I think that might be part of the problem, because they feel like, you know, this is where they were, this is where they were cool, this is where they had power.
Mm-hmm. I wish somebody had told me about D&D when I was a kid. Man,
Oh, shit,
I'd have
man.
played for fuck's sakes all the time.
Except you had to have friends to do that.
Oh, I had lots of friends.
No,
Yeah,
no.
we know.
He had,
We
he
know.
had so many
So
friends.
I could have at least been
You
playing.
could have played. Good for you, Craig.
I met a lot of them on Xbox Live.
I had those. I had real life friends.
I couldn't
IRL.
have an Xbox because that was made over there.
No, is it? Where is
It's
it?
Microsoft.
Where is it manufactured in China?
Probably.
Everything is.
Yeah.
Damn you, Microsoft.
Oh my god.
Or sponsor us, you know, whatever you want to do.
You make your Xbox wherever. We were just kidding.
Yeah,
You can
we don't
you
care.
can even make it
We
here
really- we
here
really
in our
don't
in
care.
our office.
Yeah. What are you gonna say, Amber?
Just pay us for it. I get what you're saying though. The whole, you know, this was our place, and now everybody's invading it. I mean, I understand
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, there's
But
people.
you know, the problem is that's exactly the way they were possibly treated before. You know, and it's
I don't.
Just a vicious fucking circle.
Just
no,
like
I agree.
yeah.
I'm not saying that all it's right because they're doing to others what
Yeah.
happened to them, and if anything, I think kind of to touch on what you were saying before about with there's all these studies shown that people who play D&D or any role playing game, it's almost like with reading that you are more empathetic. It builds self-esteem. It builds like teamwork and like things like that I think are missing a lot. People who play D&D have those areas of their life are better developed, and I think if more people played D&D or role playing, that the world would be a better place.
I think so too. I don't think I would have as much of a problem with the gatekeeping. Or I mean, I still think it's shitty and I think it's wrong. But I don't think I would have as much of a problem with it if we didn't have such a... Like, the D&D community portrays itself as this big, open... Like, we accept everybody for who they are, and doesn't matter who you are, come let your freak flag fly, and we'll support you. Yeah. Unless you don't have a freak flag or you're just some regular dude. Then we're like, why the fuck are you here? Get out. This isn't for you.
Yeah.
And I feel
We accept you unless you're this.
Yeah.
We
Like
accept
age
you unless
20
you're
to 35.
that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it wasn't that, I feel like I wouldn't have near as big a problem as it. But I mean, if you're gonna accept everybody, if that's what we're doing, if that's who we're saying we are as a community, then we need to accept everybody.
Yeah. Which I don't want to go straight off of D&D too far, but that actually seems to be a big issue, just with geek culture, nerd culture in general.
I agree.
Yeah.
How fucking dare you wear a Marvel shirt? I bet you can't name 73,000 of their characters.
Or
Superman's your favorite superhero. Oh, name his first album. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I would love to hear Superman's album. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be country just because he grew up in Kansas.
He
Like,
seems
kinda-
like a smooth rock kind of
Yeah.
guy.
Maybe I could see like soft
Yeah.
rock.
Bluegrass?
Yeah.
What
Ooh,
instrument? Is he?
Clearly the harmonica.
Pangolin.
Is that the little like the little
Spoons?
the little thing you put in your?
I know what you're talking about. That's a down.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know.
He's
I
not
want to
backwards
say
enough
it. But
Pangolin is the weird, like, scaly armadillo thing. The
Oh,
armored
I thought that was a
armadillo.
little bird on the South Pole.
Yep.
I want to say what
Hairy
I think you're
pangolin.
thinking about. But I think
Sorcerers.
it's like racist because my grandparents called it something.
Oh, please
Oh.
don't.
Say it.
Don't.
Say it.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're gonna
yeah.
have to.
I don't know if that
gatekeep
might actually be
shut.
the right word. Actually,
Stop.
What are you thinking
Stop.
of?
Okay.
it's from it's kosher.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that not right?
Okay, let's talk about something
Yeah.
else.
That's what they called
It's
it.
probably a mouth harp.
Yeah. Yeah. It's something harp.
Yeah. Harpsichord? No, that's not right.
Anyways, moving on.
That's what the instrument a pangolin is.
That is
It's
a
like
weird.
a weird guitar thing.
I was
looks like
thinking
a-
of an armadillo-looking
It
thing.
looks like a
Yeah,
guitar, but also a penis.
Everything's a penis.
Turtle penis?
Yeah, everything's a penis if you try hard enough.
Just wait around long enough, it'll turn into a penis.
That is true. But anyways, so that's my big issue with it, and I guess like you said, sometimes the whole geek is the gatekeeping, and then we accept everyone except this.
Yeah.
And I think that bugs me the most because I'm usually in that accept this category, and I'm like, well, fuck y'all.
You
I-
are white
I
with
like-
a penis. That's
I mean, that's true,
Or like,
but I'm like, I like this too, and I feel like we all should be able to get in there and play this game.
Or
Yeah.
like, I walked into the gathering place and just looked a bunch.
Edit it, John.
Yeah.
Put a beep on there or something.
hurt.
Wait,
Anyways,
is John doing this?
I don't know.
Somebody's.
At least we'll know that is where it needs to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You walked into the local gaming
Game place.
place.
Local game. Oh, is that what we were editing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Remember, we're not going to be talking
No, I was talking.
publicly.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Remember what he said? It was like I walked into the gathering place and it's just What? We're editing.
Why are we still?
Why are we having to edit more?
Okay.
Just pick up what you were saying.
I don't remember.
You walked
Anyway,
into the local gaming place.
local gaming place, and just
Fucking Johnson.
I don't remember what I was saying.
Fuck y'all.
Fuck you, Johnson. It's a pun.
I'm gonna go play D&D with myself.
I'm gonna have my own D&D with hookers, booze.
Cocaine.
You know what? Fuck D&D.
Have y'all seen the D&D? What was it with the? Or
Oh my-
Tyrone or
Oh,
something.
Key and Peele.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
fucking great.
Yeah.
That was the best thing ever. I laughed so hard.
It's like a giant fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, you're like, oh.
I want to go with Tyrone. Let's pick up some hoes.
It was so good. He's got all pissed off.
They have to play D&D, right? Like Key and Peele.
I don't know. I think so.
I would
It's
think so.
amazing how much the people who are into part of
The entertainment community.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How many of them play?
Well, role playing in general, it kind of lends itself to those people more because I mean that's their creative outlet for a lot of them, and so it's
theater
natural.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just my
Okay.
favorite kind of kids.
Oh no.
Mixed kids.
Oh my gosh.
Hmm?
The mixed kids.
The mixed kids.
Remember
Mixed
the-
kids.
The orphanage I set up here in our
In the sandal.
The giant the
The
trolls
troll
giant
troll
troll
sandal.
Yeah. That wasn't the orphanage.
No, I
that was
actually
just the
built an
hammock.
orphanage.
He
That's
built-
where he tried to put them.
He did, but that was just the way he tried to put them in his room.
Yeah.
The kids that didn't have, but just the orphans from that village that didn't have parents, which I thought was a funny way of putting that statement. I just want to find the orphans that don't have parents.
The ones who can't tell anybody.
Just like
Yeah, that's what it was. I was like, yeah. I mean,
Oh my god.
so all of them.
Why do all my characters end up like that?
I don't know. What are you trying to tell us, Johnson?
It was just.
You know what's funny is like everyone's characters kind of have like a running theme.
Yeah. Because it's a running joke.
Well, no, I don't mean like that.
Oh.
Like Porter's.
Hmm.
His character's family is always extremely important. Like in the two big ones you've had. And like.
True.
Yeah. And
What's yours?
Evil?
mine are all evil.
Have they not been?
Have
evil?
been.
Mm,
My Landra.
Deidre.
Evil.
Deidre wasn't evil.
The one who poisoned the water hole.
That's my Landra.
I had her for one time.
Yeah, but you still had her.
You still have her.
I still have her.
Oh.
I'll whip her out sometime when you're.
That's what I say all the time, but then people are like, "No, God, no!" I'm like,
Oh.
"Oh, wait."
People usually don't notice when I do it.
And that's why you're being gay.
Damn it.
At
Yeah.
your local gaming.
At your
Gaming
local
shop.
gaming place. Yeah.
You mean they don't like seeing my penis?
What?
I thought that
Oh,
was
is that
etiquette.
what we were talking
I
about?
thought that was etiquette.
Oh,
I thought
yeah.
that's just what you did.
Is that our new topic? Where it's okay to show your dick?
I had it written down.
Is that our
here,
next
yeah.
topic?
I had it written down here.
At
Yeah.
the gym for, you.
Yeah. At the gym.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I show my dick a lot at the gym.
Yeah. If you're old
Oh, especially.
and you're in the locker room,
I'm so
Like,
glad
you
I
gotta
was
show
that
your
guy.
dick.
It's
It's like a power
spa,
flex.
whatever. What's it called?
Sauna?
Sauna?
Sauna.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
There's a lot
That's
of
like
old men
that's the
down.
time when you gotta like sit on the edge of the bench and like let your boys hang as far as they can, and you make direct awkward eye contact with everyone.
So we've talked about what I hate about D&D.
So I'm not allowed in my gym anymore.
Amber, what do you hate about D&D?
What do I hate about D&D?
Yeah. What are you next? Drunk barbarians?
Drunk barbarians.
Betting against the party.
Getting bet against the party.
Oof.
No, I came here to have fun. I just feel like I'm being attacked.
We're having fun a lot. We're having fun at your expense.
Yeah.
And thank you for that.
Sure. I'll be in Porter's trailer.
No, we know it. It's not even Wednesday.
Oh, man.
are some unique challenges to being a girl and playing D&D. I've noticed that. And that's kind of weird sometimes and frustrating. Never at this table. Hasn't never been at this table.
Give an example. I can think of one.
Well, it's either when we go to other places, like we'll go to cons and stuff and play and things like that. I'm either babied, or I am, or it gets weird and creepy.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I don't like about, because I hate those situations.
The weird and creepy or being babied?
Both.
Yeah.
I don't like being given stuff. But yeah.
She's kind of like Tony Stark. She doesn't like when people hand her things.
Anyways.
Except for Burger King. He's okay with that.
Yeah. Only after being...
I can remember that time at that con where we were playing in the little one-shots or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
You were not happy.
No, I
What
wasn't.
happened?
Go on.
Yeah.
Well, I
Do
mean,
go on.
it really wasn't. I don't know. I want to be treated like an equal at the table.
Right, because you're a
And-
person.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Coleman's crazy idea. But this guy, I don't know if he thought I didn't play, or I don't know. But like, if something bad happened, he'd like, oh no, that's okay. That person, that didn't happen. That person slipped, so you didn't get hit. And I'm like, no, I got hit. Like,
Yeah.
like, you know.
Like this guy was the DM, or?
Yes.
Oh.
And then it was like, or I don't know, like with looting something. Everyone else got like 5 pieces of gold. And then I'd get like, oh, well, you get 200 pieces of gold and this really cool armor. And like he'd wink at me while he'd say it and stuff. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on?
Did he slide you like a hotel key or something like that?
No.
In Craig's
don't-
underwear?
I don't feel like, I didn't feel like it was flirting. Was it flirting?
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't feel like it was.
You were a girl and were there.
Yeah.
And he was.
You were like the
older.
only one in the room out of like
Yeah.
40 dudes.
But I felt like he was babying me. Is what I felt like, and I didn't like
Oh,
that.
he was baby dolling.
Patronizing.
Yes, that's
I
what
could
it
see
felt
that,
like.
yeah.
It felt like patronizing, and I'm like, because we were playing. It wasn't like it was my first time.
Yeah.
We were playing a lot, and
Yeah.
I think you'd even DM'd. I think you were even
that
DMing
point?
at that point.
Were you?
I don't think
We
so.
might have been in the Scribes campaign.
Ooh, Scribes. So good.
Maybe.
Best one I've ever
Or we
played.
had just started.
Amazing.
And I even was playing with Deidre, so I was really comfortable with my character and everything. And it wasn't like I was bumbling through that or anything. And he just the whole time was.
Yeah, milk the
Yeah.
fuck out of that. Yeah, I've got 200 gold now. Fuck y'all.
See,
Because this is fucking Adventure League too. That shit's hard to come by.
Yeah.
yeah, but I am not like
Real
that.
cool armor. Goddamn right, I got that.
Totally
I was like, listen, bro,
like,
whose dick do I gotta suck to get some magical items around here?
Apparently,
Bad guys.
Apparently not. Didn't get any.
that didn't work.
You know
From
what?
my experience.
Tried it.
Didn't pan out.
Maybe you should work on your skills, Craig.
I guess so.
But yeah.
Stroke the shaft, cup the balls.
It's okay, Craig. I think you're okay.
But
Thanks.
yeah,
I mean, it's
I think you're okay.
See, I'd never even considered
not
that.
what hard ones, I
You know,
guess.
because I've never seen it happen at our table to you.
Too much circumcision.
It's no.
Has it?
No, because I'm usually the one DMing against her.
Oh yeah, that's for damn sure. Craig's not going easy on you.
Mhm.
You can eat a dick.
Yeah, if
As far as
anything, I
he's
get more
concerned.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
But-
anything, I pick on her more.
Yeah.
Which, yeah. But, I don't know, yeah. When we go other places, I tend to get 1 or 2 of the reactions
Yeah.
from that.
Hmm.
And it's, he's right. I just want to play. And that's it.
Hey, D&D community. Girls are people too. Just treat them like people. Like any other penis-having people.
Penis out.
Just imagine they have a penis.
Just pretend.
Just pretend they have a penis and they're naked. And they, why are they playing D&D naked? It's so weird. Please put your penis away, ma'am.
It would help, though. It would help the community as a whole if they would do that.
What, just imagine everybody naked?
Or play D&D naked?
I don't know if I want
That seems like a thing.
Strip D&D?
I feel like that's a thing.
Yeah. But
Strip
I don't like
D-
the
D-
gatekeeping
D&D.
either. Or like it has to be certain, because we do a lot of homebrew and we do a lot of things that are not strict by the rules. And
We
stuff
live a
like
lot
that.
by rule of cool,
Yeah.
which I think is...
Well, and I think, like, y'all were talking about scribes. Scribes would have never worked if we had any, what Craig calls golden agers.
Yeah.
Oh God, we had phones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was airplanes.
Yeah,
you
we had
know.
a
Well, I mean, you
Yeah,
can...
that's
I think you can
right.
do that in D&D, but, like, we had stuff that, like, was not anywhere near close to the menu. Our talisman...
Like that tattoo, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a
Yeah.
lot of things
Yeah.
that had nothing to do with D&D.
Which the talisman, it wasn't just a cantrip. It was,
It could be anything.
yeah.
There was some really cool... It was really cool. But, like, you know, the fact that... like, if it wasn't me, there was nobody else probably outside of our group who would have gone along with what was going on with my character, being stripped of all of their abilities and everything while everybody else is leveling up and this other person's being torn down.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot of people that would have gone with that. And I thought that was like one of the coolest things. So it was like this really awesome character development thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it, but I don't think other people would have been near as cool with that.
I wouldn't have been.
Yeah, you started off like six levels ahead
There's
of
a
her.
reason
Yeah.
why I gave you the character that you have.
Yeah. Damien was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except he was like 70.
He didn't have to be. That's the other thing.
That was you.
That was a
That was a
personal thing.
Yeah.
It's always a personal thing. It's like secretly you want to be Patrick Stewart.
Which is not, I mean,
That's not a
bad
terrible
thing.
goal. It's just
Make it so.
it's just weird that that's what
It
you always
was
default go to because you're like, hey, you're this immortal being who can look like they're still in their prime. Yeah, I want to be an old guy,
Bald.
bald, wrinkly ass old dude. I want to be Yoda. I mean, all right, I
Pretty
guess.
much, because like first time we fought in Scribes, it was like,
God, I got my ass kicked so much in the first part of that game.
no,
Yeah, you did.
oh my God,
Yeah. Well,
I
that's,
remember
that's
he was-
before you got invited in.
yeah, I had to be invited in.
Yeah.
It was a secret game.
Because this was what y'all were playing this.
Were we the gatekeepers?
It was because I kept getting drunk.
Well,
Well,
it
no,
was,
not even that.
Well,
Oh.
Go ahead.
explain,
No,
Craig.
please,
go for
explain.
Nope.
No, sorry, you go ahead.
Oh,
Explain it.
please
Nope,
explain.
I don't
want
want to. You do it. Go ahead.
Hurt my feelings.
I'm not doing it. Amber, go.
Well, I thought it was more because we tend to have a certain, yeah, I don't know, a certain tone to our stuff or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and I tend to be a little bit more serious than that. And I just didn't think you would enjoy the game because it was like not a beers and pretzels kind of thing. And
I don't think
I know it's a term.
She wanted it to be Andy Griffith, and you were being Barney Fife.
Oh, that's a good way
That's
to
a
put it.
really good way to put it. Yeah.
That's weird.
And she didn't think Barney Fife would be happy being made to play Andy Griffith.
Well, that was a movie about an ostrich, I remember.
I don't know. I don't even know what you're referencing.
I was trying to be Barney, Don Knotts.
Oh, yeah. But no, I think that's a good way of putting it. It's
Yeah,
like, it
yeah.
was a very serious campaign.
And
it-
what we were doing was just me, my character,
Just you,
the Mick,
Coleman.
was me
Yeah.
after,
Drunk
A few
you.
drinks.
drinking
Yeah.
a while. And yeah,
Picking up kobolds and seeing how many you could wear on your belt.
I don't think I ever did that.
No, but you would throw shit bricks at people.
So many
That was a
shivers.
good improv.
Then you started lighting them on fire, and that
And
was
then
honestly
murdering
just
innocent
genius.
civilians.
Yeah.
Because y'all were interviewing for
Yeah.
jobs.
He killed one of them?
Hmm
Oh my god.
I had to bring them back from the dead with the person that worked at y'all's castle.
Oh,
I was not a
Or
good.
DJ brought them back from the dead, maybe.
I did.
such a
I was not a good role player.
You.
Hmm.
Segue.
But, I mean, where were you going? But yeah, Scribes was such a very serious campaign.
It was. It was
Yeah.
very
And
enjoyable.
we had to invite you in, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where you were at with that. You had to be invited into
Because I
that.
think Porter said something on like our group chat. It was like, "Hey, are we playing tonight?"
We had talked about bringing you in
Oh, okay.
beforehand, I believe. But because Porter and I both,
No, I didn't learn anything. So
yeah, we came and talked to you, and we're like, hey.
Because it wasn't mine. It wasn't mine to let slip, so
Yeah,
I was
that's
actually
true.
really careful about
And
that.
so we were like, if you want to come play, you got to be serious because we're doing a really high level of role playing in this, and
Yeah, this is when we were first like getting into our role playing.
yeah, really getting
as a
into
group.
it.
Yeah.
And it was for the
And-
first few sessions, just me and you. And that
Yeah.
was so cool.
Yeah.
Like, just like a
You know,
two-person.
before you were there.
And then I came along.
Well,
It was
no,
so
no, no.
much better before
It's just a
Barney
whole
5
different
showed up.
dynamic. If you've never done a
The bullet in
D&D
my
session that's a
pocket.
one-on-one D&D session,
Yes.
or just a small like two-person D&D session, it's such a different dynamic. Like you remember that one that we did for Connor?
Oh,
When he-
to change his
Well,
class
that one, but I was talking about the
attributes?
one where you closed yourself in the.
The whole.
Oh yeah, Connor found that the portable hole. It was
wasn't a
some sort
portable
of
hole,
it,
but
it
it
was
was
like an interdimensional
Yeah.
deal.
Tagged along for that one and just watched.
You just watched eventually.
Yeah.
You came and showed up like halfway through
Yeah.
and watched the last end of it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
at the end of one of our sessions, I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna put it on the wall and I'm just gonna step in, and we just went on a tangent of
It's crazy adventure.
environmental perils and political intrigue, and
And there's
that
all
was
just you. Yeah.
yeah, that was I want to say that was probably the moment where I first like just opened up into the role playing and really tried to get into it, and that was awesome.
The
Yeah.
one-on-ones are so cool.
Yeah, if anybody listening or here, if you could ever do a 1-on-1 or 2 with 1 DM, just 2 players, it's the amount of care and attention that you can get from the game is amazing.
I think my favorite moment playing D&D was the one-on-one session I had with Amber when she DM'd for me for the start of Scribes.
Yeah, you told me about that one.
That was the coolest, most just... I don't know, man. I've never had that much fun ever playing D&D. That was like mind-blowingly incredibly fun. Like I want to recapture that feeling someday because that was just that amazing.
He's gonna be chasing the dragon
I am
after
forever.
this.
I think that's really what got me hooked on the aspect of even being a player was that because I've been a player in a lot of different games and it always just been kind of that's why I ended up DMing is because I never could find that satisfaction that I wanted as a player. So I thought maybe I can find a way to bring that satisfaction to other people and at least kind of get the game to what I was hoping for, what I had envisioned in my mind that D&D was supposed to be like. And that time with Amber was the first time I ever found that as a player. And I was like, Porter, you got to come play in this game, man. Like you got to. I was like, I couldn't stop talking to you about all the stuff that we did, and I was like,
Yeah.
you got to come play. And like those sessions with us, it's because you
I was being drunk me.
were being drunk you. And
Andy
so
Griffith.
Porter and I we played and we role played heavy, and I got my ass kicked like. Remember that one fight where I went down like 6 times? In
Yeah.
that fight? I just kept dying. Because I had
Yeah.
nothing. I had no abilities, no skills. Like, I
Yeah.
was stripped of almost everything. And I was just getting my ass handed to me. And all I wanted to do was win, like, for the sake that we were fighting for. And, like, could not do it.
Yeah.
And it was so frustrating and yet satisfying at the same time. Because when we would win, it felt amazing.
Yeah.
And then we brought you in. And that was fun because you got to be our boss.
Yeah.
She brought you in as the way overpowered character to be our leader.
Which I think I fucked that character up. I think I just went straight paladin. Didn't I?
Oh,
You
on
did.
the build, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I think that's what he was supposed to be, wasn't he? Just a paladin.
I thought it was. I don't know. I don't.
We
know
all had to
about
play
that.
some sort of caster.
Yeah. It had
Yeah.
to be some sort of caster.
Yeah, and I love Mira.
Yeah.
which was Coleman's wife, who hated him.
It was pretty great.
I didn't know why.
The whole time he was just so loving to her. It's like, I love you, babe. Mm-hmm. Fuck you.
So great. I love that.
I remember we went for like, what was it? Gelato. Something
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Had like a romantic date and shit, and she just didn't have anything to do with me.
She's like this badass Amazon warrior woman, and you're taking her on like dates for like a
like Olive Garden.
like she's going to a 50 sock hop.
So I'm gonna take a bite of the breadstick and I'm gonna point it at her and I'm gonna say, "Play your cards right. Maybe we'll go to Chuck E. Cheese later." Basically, that's how it happened.
Because before I got into scribes, I remember. Well, no, I don't. But me role playing was pretty much me drinking. Because I was like 21, 22. To have a, figuring my life out. Yeah. I remember one night we all went to fucking Denny's. Because I was so hammered.
Yeah, we couldn't let you go
So
home.
Yeah.
drunk that night.
We had to take you to get sobered up and eat first,
Yeah.
and then I had to like drive you home.
Which
Yeah.
sweet moment, by the way, because we always give you so much shit about this. I don't know if you remember. You would not shut up about how much you loved Katie.
Really?
Yeah, you went on and on about her, about how you loved her and you were going to marry her. I don't know how long y'all been dating, but you went on and on.
I think
about
you met her once.
that. Maybe. I emailed her. I'm putting
3
a fish.
days, not even dates, just 3 days.
3 days.
But
Yeah.
sweet moment, yeah.
Oh.
Could you?
Yeah, I don't remember any of that.
Yeah.
Like
You were
that,
so
like,
drunk during that whole
couple years.
campaign. Like, we were using the exact same world because you don't remember any of it.
I do remember the shit brick. Somebody said shit brick,
Yeah.
and I like went off on a
Yeah.
improv thing where
Yeah.
it was
The halflings in the
half
world
like shit brick
Mm.
all shit brick once a week.
because they're from Shire Bama.
Because they were from Shire Bama. So then I
Everybody's
had
each
to
other's-
make a fucking Shire Bama.
And then y'all went on your tangent to Shire Bama and took not me. And I
Yeah.
remember thinking, you fuckers.
Yeah. And then y'all fucked that whole situation up.
Yeah.
royally.
Yeah. We
Just
should have
saying,
been more selective about our Andy Griffiths.
If you
Didn't-
would have taken the cleric, but
Didn't we
probably
have
the
to
problem
torture a
was
guy?
is that they didn't
They just
know that I
have
was
to.
a cleric.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
it
They didn't know
happened.
she was a cleric for the most part. That's true.
Wait,
That's
you were
true.
a cleric?
Yeah.
We have a cleric?
We have a cleric?
Ah.
Hey!
But yeah, that whole thing y'all did. Y'all tortured a guy. Didn't have to is a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
But you did.
Just cuz.
I don't really know why. I wanted information. I tried to take down the halfling mob bosses.
Yeah, cuz I was a mob enforcer.
Both of you were.
Yeah.
He was an assassin.
And I left and he came to kill me.
You were a brute.
Yeah.
And then they decided not to kill you because he got a real heart.
Kind of.
Kind of. Grandpa McFurford.
We weren't
Good old
close.
Grandpa
Yeah. And so,
Yeah.
but yeah.
That
So
was, yeah.
good times and all of that.
Yeah.
But all of that whole campaign and all those things we did came out of the things that I hated about D&D that made me want to go make that campaign and try to give you guys the best experience that I could. For as a first time DM, I hope was okay.
And from
there was
what
a lot
I
of shit.
remember was great.
You know what? I'll take it.
Yeah.
We're all still here.
It's true. We
Yeah.
are all still here for the most
I
part.
mean, if you didn't do well, we wouldn't be still playing.
Yeah.
You know, this wouldn't be such a staple in our lives now.
Yeah. Every Friday.
Yeah, it's true.
7:30.
7:30
Ish. We don't know if that time's going
on
to stick.
Twitch.
Cause
No, it's probably
August-
not.
it's probably going to be later because
Yeah.
work schedule.
Really.
I mean, I guess we could do. There's really no other way to get around it, Johnson. We're just gonna
Yeah,
have to do
no.
it later because we
God
both
damn
work
it.
every other Saturday, but I'm off every Friday.
4-on-4 off schedule.
So, anyways, thanks for listening.
Yeah, thank y'all
Yeah.
for being here for this first ever pilot episode that
if
we
you're still
filmed
here.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. We are Eyes of the Beholder, a non-profit organization. Not for lack of trying.
So we've shared some of awesome memories, some crappy memories.
Yeah.
Because
What got us started?
Yeah, share with us in the comments down below.
Yeah. What got you guys started in D&D, or what is your favorite thing about D&D?
Mm-hmm.
Or even what's some constructive criticism that we can all share as a community to help ourselves be a better community
Yeah.
for everyone.
Yeah.
Even going off of that, what do you want to see on the podcast?
Deodorant.
Yeah,
Or
DR's a big one. Or if you've ever experienced gatekeeping, or you've been a gatekeeper even in the past, what was that like and why? You know?
Yeah.
Why were you a gatekeeper?
For the female gamers out there, have you experienced something similar?
They don't exist.
You're not a girl.
For the
Send me feet pics as proof.
Exactly. That's exactly what they've encountered. There it is. I think you nailed it.
But have you guys been, had any patronizing or been babied before?
Did you bang a DM to get a good magic item?
Yeah, and then he didn't give it to you afterwards. Craig.
I said I would think about it.
Fuck you, Craig.
All right, guys.
Bye.
We'll talk to you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Beholder's out.
Oh, God.
Roll out.
You've been listening to... We have a cleric? I like how we didn't say that again.